from Wantagh High School. It's time for a Nassau County football showdown as the Warriors get ready to take on the Golden Eagles of Bethpage. Wantagh enters today with a 3-2 record, while Bethpage stands tall at an undefeated 5-0. We thank you for joining us tonight on the Varsity Media Sports Network. I also want to thank Wantagh and Bethpage schools for having us here tonight. For the Varsity Media Sports Network, I'm Kevin Bunk, joined by my partner Brian Soper. And Brian, it's a gorgeous fall night here, senior day. This is really what October football is all about.
Two super proud programs, football, lacrosse, all the sports. We have a really great matchup today. Bethpage 5-0. The Eagles may be back, right? And Wantagh defending, Class 4 Long Island champions. Their first since 2016. Lost 2 in a row, looking to rebound here on senior night versus Bethpage.
It's been a full team effort for Bethpage to get to 5-0, but we want to highlight two guys here to start the night. Chase Soliday and Jack Poppy have absolutely led the way for the Golden Eagles. What do you see from those two?
Chase Soliday's just done it all. 6 touchdowns on the season. Unbelievable job leading this team. A senior leadership from a football family. No shock there. Going to play lacrosse at LIU. And Jack Poppy, right, anchoring down the line. Defense, right, done it all. Playing linebacker. Looking to stop guys in the backfield. Tackles for losses. The Eagles, can you believe it, right? They've given up 9 points the last 3 games. They're averaging 7 points a game. That's it. Defense on lockdown for the Eagles.
On the other side for Wantagh, they're going to be able to answer some of that tonight. Luke Martini and Joe Nicholson, two of the best athletes in the county. Doesn't matter what field or court they're on. What do they bring to this football game?
Just dynamic athleticism. Only a sophomore, Luke Martini. 10 touchdowns on the year, 3 interceptions as well on the defensive side of the football. And Joe Nicholson, just like he does in lacrosse, he's that calm guy, the athletic guy who can do it all. Just an unbelievable job this year for Wantagh. It's his senior night. He's going to be looking to go out with a bang. 7 total touchdowns on the year for Joe Nicholson.
We'll get into both coaches throughout the night, but it's a tale of 2 careers. Pete Zito in year 4, Keith Sachs in year 33. They have certain keys to this game in order to win, because this is all they've been focusing on all week. We'll take a look here at the keys to the game.
Yeah, how about Bethpage? All their coaches are alumni, right? 5-0 start. They're loving it. They want to be consistent, need to tackle well, and stay composed. This is Friday Night Lights. They're undefeated. Wantagh's a defending Long Island champion in another conference, but they got to stay composed. Wantagh, win third down, and first and second defense go together, right? Try to get in third and long, right? This wing T offense of Bethpage is tough to stop in short yardage, and they want to win the time of possession.
I think on the side of Wantagh here, you look at the record, 3-2. It's somehow not up to their standard. Keith Sachs expressed that on the phone, but he says they have the players here. They have the group and what is needed in order to turn this around. Today's a huge turning point for them at home. What do you think the message is from Coach Sachs to his squad?
I think it's a huge statement game for them. They started out 3-0. They've lost their last 2. Right, they were, champions of Class 4. Now they're dropping down a conference. You have an undefeated Bethpage team. No better time to bring your best effort than tonight if you're Wantagh.
So we're just moments away from kickoff here. Both teams lined up. Wantagh in their home black with gold helmets. They'll kick off first. And on the other side of thing, in their road whites, it'll be the Golden Eagles at 5-0, looking to add another. The opening return has some daylight and a good run back to the 41-yard line is how Bethpage will start their night.
Yeah, that's Schneider, right? Lewis Schneider's been tremendous for them so far. 2 touchdowns on the year. You see a great job on the kickoff.
Here's Michael Mastrangelo, the quarterback here. People will say there's not a lot of responsibility quarterbacking this Bethpage offense, but that's far from the truth. What does Michael bring to this team?
He's done a tremendous job leading them, right? They're 5-0 for a reason. They're not turning the ball over. 3 touchdowns, all to James LePetrie. So when he's had to throw, he's been accurate.
And I hand this off right up the middle. And that opening rush of the game will go for about 6 yards for Bethpage. And that's how they started. You're going to see those 3 backs all night long. That was Vincent Maurice. And we get a look at the starting offense here, led by Michael Mastrangelo. You get the 3 backs, Chase Soliday, Lewis Schneider, and Vincent Maurice, who just had that carry at tight end. 2 all-important players, Joseph Traversa and James LePetrie. Then the offensive line, which we'll get to in a bit. Want to focus on just those guys. Get another handoff here, right side. It's taken for a first down. That's the first carry of the game for Soliday.
Yeah, Soliday, the captain of this team, 6 touchdowns. He's had 100 yards in every game so far this season, 188 versus Southside. Really good season for him so far. Hoping the second half of the season brings the same type of success.
Take a look at this Wantagh starting defense up front. Shane Addy, Thomas Christophoritis, Brendan Wood, and Luke Martini, along with Matt Giacobello on the end. And they'll run this ball for about 4 yards on first down. In the linebacking core for Wantagh, you can find Pat Forthofer, Joe Nicholson, Joe Adamo, and then in the secondary, it's Luke Gonsalski, Devin Passioni, and Tyler Owens. A really good defense that's had some struggles this year, but you know with that collection of players, they can turn things around, and as we've already said today, a real statement opportunity on the line tonight.
Yeah, if they do throw it, look for Martini. He has 3 INTs, second in Nassau County. The line of scrimmage is so important today, and so far the Bethpage line's been doing a great job.
Botch snap, but handled. And the handoff to the left side will go for nothing. Good stop there, and now a big third down. That was the carrier was Lewis Schneider.
Yeah, it looked like Vincenzo Falone might have been in on that tackle. Look for Pat Forthofer Jr., really good athlete, lacrosse player as well. This Wantagh team has had a lot of success, 2 Class C championships in lacrosse, baseball as well, which Sachs has coached.
3rd and 5, Mastrangelo hands it off right side, and all the black jerseys converge to get the stop. It'll bring up 4th and 4.
Yeah, it's a big job by that defensive line, standing tall. You see the pull to the right side. Nice job, little stiff arm, 25, hit him in the hole first. That was Joe Nicholson. No shock there. One of our impact players stopping the momentum of Soliday.
And now a big decision on 4th down for Pete Zito. It's 4th and 5 here in Wantagh territory. He keeps the offense on the field.
Yeah, look for LePetrie. One of his favorite targets, 7 catches, 239 yards on the season.
Handoff goes to Soliday, takes it hard up the middle and converts, and then some more. They can't bring him down as he rumbles to the 21-yard line. Jay Soliday with a 4th down statement.
That's what Soliday brings. He brings energy, right? If he gets off to a good start, look out. He hits the hole like a shot, runs through an arm tackle, finishes the run, pumped up, looks over at the sideline. Huge first down for the Eagles.
For Wantagh, their defense will stay on the field now after the 4th down conversion. They'll have to try and do it again. 20-yard line is where this fresh set of downs will get started.
Yeah, Joe Denuzzo up the center, right, been doing a good job running right up the gut.
Handoff up the middle, gives another 3 or 4 yards to the Golden Eagles. On the carry, it was Vincent Maurice.
Yeah, Maurice has 5 touchdowns on the year. He had the big winning touchdown against Southside. That kind of a triple-headed monster running the ball for Bethpage.
$7:50 to play here in the first quarter. Another issue with this Bethpage team is they are just going to chew the clock on you. And already we see that happening on this opening drive. Mastrangelo hands it off again to Soliday. That's not going to go for too much, maybe a yard. Brings up a big 3rd down.
Yeah, good job. Brendan Wood in there on the tackle. Joe Adamo as well. That's what the big key, right, for Coach Sachs was, to win on 1st and 2nd down. You want to put Bethpage into a 3rd down situation where it's 3rd or 4th and long, right? Then you kind of eliminate this running wing T attack of the Eagles.
Coach Sachs also said the place they have to win on both sides of the ball is going to be 3rd down tonight. He emphasized the offense staying on the field, but also mentioned that this defense, even though he thinks it was a little ridiculous to say they have to win 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down, he said that's how good this Bethpage offense is. Every down matters so much, and here they are on a big 3rd down. They hand it off left side. Looks like they'll be short again. We'll see the spot. And they will be. It'll be about 4th and a yard and a half.
Yeah, Brendan Wood again, also Forthofer in on the tackle. Giving it to Schneider, the junior, 6 foot, 185. had his best game of the year against Manhasset, 8 carries, 80 yards, a touchdown.
Now another 4th down. It'll be 4th and 2. They already converted the 4th and 5. Handoff right side. We get a whistle right away as the play goes dead. False start on the offense, and that'll probably take this Bethpage offense off the field, backs them up to 4th and 7. We'll see, though. Big decision here. There might be just outside of field goal range here, though.
Yeah, you've chewed up a ton of clock. Not shocking to see the offense stay out there. You know, that Bethpage defense, it's nice if you're Coach Zito and you're like, yeah, we've given up 9 points in our last 3 games. We pitched a shutout this year against Hewlett. We've only given up 39 points on the year. Why not go for it on 4th, right? Our defense, you know, good chance they're going to get some stops.
You're already committed to the drive on that 4th and 5 just past midfield. He's going to go for it again here. Under center, as always, is Michael Mastrangelo. And you'll get another whistle before the play. False start again. It'll back it up to 4th and 12.
Exactly what you didn't want if you're Coach Zito. You know, the last part, like stay composed, you know, was one of his keys here on the first drive. You get to a 4th and 2 in the red zone. Now you've backed yourself up twice.
Another key for him was be consistent, and he said that also applies on penalties. We cannot get into the habit of being consistent on penalties. You have to stay out of that and win that margin. They'll drop back to throw. Mastrangelo looks right side. Contested catch in the end zone is incomplete. Great coverage for Wantagh. It'll be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, going to his favorite target. All 3 touchdowns on the year to Lepetri. Goes up for it. Pretty darn good coverage there.
Going to look at Carter Loftman here, the quarterback for Wantagh. He gets his first action of the game.
Yeah, Loftman, big quarterback, left-hander.
Throws that screen to the near side. Just a good run after catch. We'll get him up past the 40 and a lot of juice for Wantagh right away. Joe Nicholson on the reception.
Yeah, Nicholson's that dual threat. He has 13 catches on the year for 2 touchdowns, as well as his running prowess. Those 2 guys are used to pitching and catching together in lacrosse as well. Nicholson going to Villanova, Loftman going to Albany. Senior night for 2 seniors as decorated as they come.
It'll be 1st down and 10 now from the 40-yard line for Wantagh. With a chance to take the first lead of the game on their opening drive. Good rush here. Cut back and running a man over. Wantagh's got some juice. That carry was for Luke Martini.
Yeah, just a sophomore.
Got to look at the starting offense around Martini. Those skill positions, it's Nicholson, Martini, Jacobello, Nicholson, and Amodio. Then along the offensive line, a lot of big bodies. Christopher Ritis, Forthofer, Martone, Falone, and Adi. And, of course, leading them all, Carter Loftman under center. It's a really good offensive group. Coach Sack said this group is able to score in one play. They're able to have 15-play drives and just go down the field and be really tedious. That handoff's going to go for nothing, trying to get something to the right side.
There's that man, Jack Poppy. We highlighted him early. You see him get in there, right? He plays O-line, but plays a mean linebacker, middle linebacker, captain, 5'11". You see him shoot in there, tackle Nicholson for a loss. Coach Zito said we got to tackle well. Well, Poppy's a hit machine.
Poppy's the leader of a great defense here. Fornelius, Alvarez, Brady are up front. And in that linebacking group, the strength of this team, Maurice, Poppy, Schneider, and Traversa, with a great secondary added there as well. Chase Soliday, James Lepetri, Christian Edwards, and Liam Farrell for the Golden Eagles in the defensive backfield. Here's a pitch left side and another good rush for Wantagh. It'll set up 3rd down and manageable.
Yeah, good job here by Lepetri. Good job blocking, getting it there. There's a short tackle. That's Luke Martini, the sophomore, 11 touchdowns. Dylan Martini, last year's Thorpe Award winner, have to replace him. 33 total touchdowns, over 2,200 yards. Luke Martini's been handling that load. 228 yards against Hewlett early in the season.
Wantagh with a big third down here, or second down, excuse me, 2nd and 5. Coming up. Hoffman under center. Pitches it left side. Martini again has a lane, takes it up the sideline and out of bounds at the 22-yard line.
Yeah, nice job blocking. The line did a great job. Matt Giacobello did a great job on the outside, blocking at his wide receiver position. Just not touched. Good way to get inside. You see him switch the ball out to his left hand to protect it. That's well-coached football. Luke Martini, only a sophomore, already 120 career goals in lacrosse, and he's been sniffing the goal line all season with 11 touchdowns for football.
Between Martini and Nicholson, they give you a little bit of what Bethpage does. 2 backs who can just wear you down for 4 quarters. They'll hand this one off again. Martini to the left side, has a chance and is in for the first score of the game. Luke Martini gets the Warriors on the board.
Make it 12. Comes in with 832 yards rushing, 10 touchdowns on the ground. Just his ability to watch this cut coming up. Follows the leader, right? Nice job pulling by the offensive line. Right here, a little jump cut, gets to the outside. Speed, speed, speed. That's a talented sophomore.
At home against a 5-0 team with the ability of Bethpage. As that extra point is up and good. That is a big first score of this game on your senior day to really get this crowd going.
Yeah, Brendan Wood with the extra point. Heavy dose of Nicholson and Martini on that drive. Just what Coach Sachs wanted. Get a stop on defense, score on offense. Great start here on senior night for the Warriors.
Wantagh's defense will look to do it again as the Golden Eagles fell short on their first drive. It was a turnover on downs. Coach Sachs has to be thrilled with this start so far, but plenty of work left to be done. Still 3 minutes to play in this opening quarter, just getting started. Each team's had a drive.
Yeah, both teams drove it. One team finished the drive with Wantagh. Bethpage stalled out with some motion penalties, looking to clean it up here on the second drive.
Brendan Wood to kick it off after putting the extra point through. This will be his second kickoff of the game, including the opening. Bethpage's first kick was taken past the 40-yard line. We'll see if Wantagh can limit them here. A squib will roll towards the end zone, but out of bounds at the 5, so a flag down. It'll be good starting field position for the Golden Eagles. See how Bethpage responds here after the opening drive touchdown for Wantagh. They take a 7-0 lead, courtesy of Luke Martini. Extra point comes from Brendan Wood. Golden Eagles at 5-0, look to keep that perfect season alive. Big drive here. It's a packed house here at Wantagh High School for senior day, but of course also just to see this team in the matchup. There's a handoff to Soliday. He takes it halfway to the first down marker, so it'll bring up second down and 5.
Yeah, so far you better bring your hard hat if you want to take Soliday down. He's running with a purpose. He's breaking that first tackle, getting to the second level. Look for a heavy dose of Soliday on this drive.
As expected, Bethpage only dropped back to throw once. It was on 4th and long. That 4th and 12 that ended their drive, a near completion. but you will not see many dropbacks. That handoff's going to get them enough for a first. That one just jammed right up the middle for Vincent Maurice.
Yeah, great job so far, right? Maurice with a carry. Again, the line's done a great job. Matt Brady at tackle, Jack Poppy, Joe Denuzzo, Ben Servo, right? Sam Fernelius. You see Fernelius out there, the bigger guy, 6'4", 235 on the outside. Real good discipline by the line, right? Running this wing T offense. Real important to get nasty in the trenches.
Again, you see Mastrangelo under center, 2 backs with him. Hands it off up the middle. Couple broken tackles en route to a 7-yard rush. That one was in the hands of Louis Schneider.
Yeah, just do what they do. Ground and pound. Wear you down. Make you make tackles. Again, fourth over, again in on the tackle. First downs have not been a problem so far for Bethpage, especially in the middle of the field.
Here they come now on 2nd down and 2. Mastrangelo gives it immediately for Maurice. Did he get enough? Looks like he did.
Yeah, 3rd and short. Exactly. The Eagles are very comfortable here. Got to get set, eliminate those motion penalties.
They say Maurice was just short here. You imagine they give it back to him. No, they don't. They go to Soliday, who gets wrapped up and taken down short of the sticks. So we'll add some drama to this drive with another 4th and short.
Yeah, it looks like Thomas Christofortis gets in there. 22's been all around the football so far. Joe Adamo.
They actually did give the first down, so a late signal sets up Bethpage with a fresh set of downs, and now clock runs. We'll see if they run another play before the end of this first quarter. Clock will tick down as Bethpage will take this drive into the second quarter of action. It's just their second drive of the game. They'll see if they can even things up with Wantagh, who scored the game's first touchdown. We'll see how this Bethpage drive concludes when we come back right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Now's your chance to score a touchdown with Varsity Media's ISO video. Video footage that focuses on your athlete only. Perfect for recruiting reels. Spots are limited, so reach out today. Email jeff@varsitymedia.net to book your next ISO video with Varsity Media.
Back live from Wantagh High School, 7-0 game. Warriors on top over the undefeated Bethpage Golden Eagles. With you this evening, I'm Kevin Bunk, joined by Brian Soper. Brian, a big touchdown lead for Wantagh after that first 12 minutes. What'd you see from the Warriors?
Just blocking it up, right? Very athletic running backs. You know, Martini and Nicholson, right? Making people miss. Kind of drove it down pretty easily against a really tough Bethpage defense. Bethpage has been grinding the ball. Just stalled inside the red zone, looking to push a drive here and score and tie this thing up.
This Bethpage offense, if you're not familiar with them and maybe you're just tuning in, runs that wishbone offense, and you're not going to see them do much passing at all. We had one attempt in the first quarter. It was an incompletion.
Yeah, 322 yards on the season passing in 5 games.
There's a good push right up the middle for Bethpage. Picks up about 6 yards. That was in the hands of their fullback, who's getting a heavy dose today, Vincent Maurice. Take a look at the coach here, Pete Zito, who is so involved in year 4 and now looking to take this program to their maximum level. What do you think about Pete?
Yeah, unbelievable, right? The staff is filled with alumni. 97 graduate of Bethpage, Peter Zito. Not too many coaches in Bethpage's history from legendary Howie Votes. You have Roddy McCoy, Erwin Dill, right, and Pete Zito. Just it's only a handful of guys have been able to, be on the sidelines as assistants and head guys, and those names are synonymous with Bethpage football.
When you talk about great tradition and history, few teams with more of it or a richer version of it than Bethpage and Wantagh.
Yeah, for sure. Bethpage, 3 Rutgers Cups, 5 Long Island Championships. Howie had over 360 wins as a head coach in New York State. And last year, right, Wantagh wins the Long Island Championship, their first since 2016. Before that, they won in 2001. 2016, they went undefeated. Just tough kids, multi-sport athletes.
Second down and 4 will be the down and distance for Bethpage.
Yeah, so you see the wishbone offense.
There's a throw downfield, complete to Soliday. That'll put him inside the 5. Wantagh wasn't expecting that, and neither were any of us.
Yeah, Mastrangelo looking for his 4th touchdown of the year. Keeps it, throws it up to Soliday. He has 2 receptions coming into this game. Also 1-for-1 passing on the year, Soliday.
And that goes with the great coaching staff, understanding when to break from your identity for a moment, throw a ball downfield, catch the defense off guard, and now they've done it as they've done all year, and they set themselves up nicely inside the 10. They'll start things at the 5-yard line here. Handoff right side, Soliday charging through, and down at the 1.
Yeah, Devin Passione gets a shoelace on Soliday, brings him down. Yeah, pick your poison here, right? You got Schneider, right? Moresi, Soliday.
Handoff right side. Soliday will get it. He got him down to the 1 with the reception and then the carry. Then he'll finish the job. 6-7 is the score. Bethpage looking to tie things up.
Yeah, absolutely walks this one in. Nice job by the line. You see 55. That's Jack Poppy getting it done. Great blocking. Walk-in touchdown. One of the easier ones on the season for Soliday. That's 7 touchdowns on the year for the senior.
8:59 to play here in the first half, and Bethpage looks to tie things up here. We get a whistle. Extra point went through. Brady Herbert, the kicker, and you can find the long snapper Joseph Traversa, as well as quarterback Michael Mastrangelo on the hold. Got a whistle for a moment. It's going to back Bethpage up. False start was the call, so they'll have to kick this one instead from the 7-yard line or the 8-yard line.
Yeah, Herbert, 6-foot junior.
Herbert's kick is up and blocked by the Warriors. They hold the lead. Big special teams play.
Yeah, both Nicholson and Passione were in there. Not sure exactly who got it, but both seniors were in the backfield. This game's going to be tight, right? Everyone knows it coming in, right? Special teams already playing a big role.
Got another look right here.
It looks like Nicholson gets a paw on it.
Devin Passione definitely in that backfield too.
Yeah, they met in the backfield by the kicker. Great drive by Bethpage. Way to respond. Way to capitalize in the end zone. Went a little off script there with a pass to Soliday. Worked out great. Great job by the line, blocking it up for a touchdown.
Kicking team comes back out for Bethpage. After the blocked extra point, they'll try and successfully operate this kickoff. At a 7-6 game now. Important to note that Wantagh does get the ball at halftime. Still too much time to think about it, but potentially that double dip could come into play later on in the half. This will be a squib right up the middle, fielded cleanly, and now return to the left side with some room. Great job taking it back to the 50.
Yeah, that's Luke Martini on special teams. You know, that's the thing about these schools, Conference 3, Conference 4, especially guys playing all sides of the ball, offense, defense, special teams. Not the guy you want to have the ball in space, Luke Martini.
Take one more look here. Martini is enough trouble on offense. You're probably going to try to avoid putting the ball in his hands on special teams for the rest of this one.
His lateral quickness is amazing, his ability to make guys miss, and he has really good speed.
Coach Sachs was saying you come into the year and a guy like Luke Martini, you had an idea that he could be as great as he is, but you didn't want to expect it and rely on it, and from day one he has just blown away the coaching staff and everybody that's associated with this offense. We got a flag on the play. It was a carry for no gain. Devin Passione was the ball carrier, but he'll be backed up here with a holding late on that play. It'll be first down again.
Yeah, Passione's kind of that dual threat offensive player. You see him on like a sweep there. Also can, catch the ball, 8 receptions on the year, 4 total touchdowns. Kind of like a Swiss Army knife for the Warriors.
Get backed up here after the penalty in a 7-6 game. Two backs are in the backfield and motioning out right. It's a trick play. Throw right side. Loading up, nowhere to go. And a good job just sending it back, getting something there. So they try that trick play on the screen to Loftman, but it's going to go for just a few yards after the reception by Nicholson.
Yeah, Nicholson caught it. Christian Edwards, senior, 5'9", a multi-sport guy for the Eagles, lacrosse as well. Nice job on the tackle.
There's Keith Sachs, 33 years coaching this team. He couldn't even understand how to count when I asked him how many years, because he said, I've been doing it a pretty long time. But 1992, his first season at the helm for the Warriors, and now here in 2025 continuing to run a very successful program.
Yeah, football, baseball, you name it. Sachs is an absolute legend on Long Island.
Out of the Wildcat, Martini takes it 3 yards to the left, and that'll set up 3rd down and 17. Jack Poppy was there for the stop. 3rd and 13, excuse me.
Yeah, the penalty and then the tackle for loss by Edwards puts Wantagh behind the chains.
This would be a big stop for Bethpage after the blocked kick kept them behind. Try to get that ball back and get a lead back. Under center for Wantagh, it's the quarterback, Carter Loftman. Let's see if they try to go downfield here. They will. Loftman drops back, looks right, now rolls left. He's going to put one upfield, and that ball's caught past the sticks. A huge first down conversion on the reception. Devin Passione.
Yeah, Passione and Nicholson. They've probably done that a few times in the backyard. Watch, Passione goes in motion. He runs, kind of a crosser across the entire field, and now it's just like scramble mode, right? Come back, help your quarterback, gets to the sideline, little toe tap. Unbelievable athlete, going to play lacrosse at Villanova. Over 237 career points on the lacrosse field.
Coach Sachs told me this week that Passione's the guy that, in his mind at night, he's saying, how can we get him more involved in this game because he's such a good athlete, he's such a great practice player, setting the tone for them. And obviously you see that translate to the lacrosse field, and on a big third down right there, he comes up for his team.
Yeah, nice job there. Matt Brady, defensive lineman, junior, 6'1", 200. Nice tackle on that first down. But, yeah, Passione, just a great athlete. Dad played lacrosse at UMass. Mom was a great lacrosse player at CW Post, won a Division II national championship. 79 career assists for her.
It'll be 2nd down and 7 now.
Dad is currently coaching at Merchant Marine Academy lacrosse.
Looking right, Passione, the little hook and ladder is converted for a first down. Nice job getting creative. And on the receiving end of that, Joe Nicholson off the lateral from Passione.
Yeah, Wantagh's known for this. They're known for their trick plays, especially, you know, in some prime real estate territory, red zone area. Little hook and ladder, right? Passione gets a big cushion because of his speed. Nice play, first down.
Pitch left side. Martini breaks a tackle. Martini surging, looking for the end zone, and finds it. His 2nd touchdown of the game. 13-6 is the score.
Yeah, I'll take a double Martini. 2 touchdowns for him. The only chance they had where watch Soliday. He reads it well. Just can't make the tackle, can't bring him down. Gets to the edge, and good night. Unbelievable job. I don't know if we can show that. If we could show that replay again, there was a great block in the middle that really allowed to stop any type of pursuit from getting there.
Extra point is up and good. 14-6 the score. Let's get one more look at that one, Brian.
Yeah, look at the middle of the field. Someone blocks down. Bam! Right, a block on 27. That was an amazing job. Not sure of the number of that truck, but unbelievable job by him. Kind of any pursuit to the outside was not happening. Schneider's, one of the better defensive players, and was, stood up there on a great block.
Coach Sachs didn't include it in his 3 keys, but he said one of the things they have to do is embrace the physicality in the trenches even more, and you see it right there leading to a touchdown. He'll be happy when they roll that one on film tomorrow.
Yeah, blocked perfectly. I don't know what they give out, a helmet sticker or something, but I'd slap a helmet sticker on that block for sure.
8-point lead now for Wantagh over the undefeated Bethpage Golden Eagles here at home, and only 44 seconds to go. Bethpage in that wishbone offense, it's going to be difficult for them to be able to drive the length of the field. A good kick return would go a long way here. Wantagh kicked one out of bounds last time. They squib it to the right side. It's got a good roll, not heading towards the sideline. It's fielded, and the return will head out to the 14. It's actually 4.5 minutes to play here.
Yeah, nice job on the kick. Just was not going to go out of bounds. Forced Liam Farrell to pick it up. Junior, 5'8", 150. Plays midfield in lacrosse. Had 4 goals and 3 assists this last spring for the Eagles.
So 4:32 to go here, an 8-point game. Bethpage could really use a score here because, once again, Wantagh does get the ball back after the break. So an opportunity for them potentially to go up 2 scores. Bethpage can try and eliminate that opportunity with a touchdown here. Both of their drives showed promise, but it was that first drive that ended up being halted at the end of it by penalties right when they got to the red zone. Handoff up the middle. It's going to get him a few yards there on the carry. was Schneider.
Yeah, Schneider is 35 carries coming into this game. I think that's the thing, right? You kind of divide these carries up, right? Solity 66, Marissi, right? 39, 35 for Schneider. You get to keep these backs fresh.
Another handoff. This time Marissi takes it to the 29-yard line, just short of the 30. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, running behind that left side. You see Poppy, Cornelius on that side. Traverser as well, number 10, the tight end. You see him blocked down.
They go up tempo there and just stuff one up the middle for Marissi, and that's going to be a 1st down, 3.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, just a lot of humans in that pile, right, moving it forward. 1st down, Bethpage.
Really the closest thing on Long Island you'll find to the Eagles tush push is the Bethpage Marissi handoff.
Yeah, they kind of get it in there, wedge it.
There's a drop back. Throw right side, intercepted and taken all the way back for the touchdown. Joe Nicholson, the two-way star, puts Wantagh up 20-6.
Pick 6 on senior night. Are you kidding me? You saw it, right? It's thrown to the outside. Looking for LePetrie, undercuts it, makes a house call. Joe Nicholson, he knows it at the 15. He's going to house this one. 6 points defensive for the Warriors.
It's been their defense that has struggled at times this year, and Coach Sack said we're so close, we're right there, but we have to put the finishing touches on. And so far in this first half, we've absolutely seen it. This extra point is through, but you saw them force turnover on downs on the opening drive, and now the pick 6. What a start to this game for the Warriors.
Sometimes you just need to get, you need to get kicked in the mouth, right? Honestly, right? Wantagh goes, wins the Long Island Championship last year. They change conferences. They start 3-0, and then they meet a Clark team that kind of maybe humbled them a little bit on defense, right? They couldn't stop Matt Kurz, and I'm sure the last 2 games on tape, the defense was picked apart, and what a response tonight by this Wantagh defense on senior day. Crowds pump up, the band's pumped up. Pick 6 for Nicholson.
21-6 now the score, 3:01 to play. All the momentum with the home team on senior night for Wantagh.
You said it before. That's the one thing if you're Bethpage you don't want to have happen, right? They run the wishbone for many, many years, going back to Coach Howie Votes. And, when you fall behind, right, things can get a little bit tricky. I think a response here would be huge before the half.
Another good kick rolls into the end zone for a touchback. So trailing by 15. You hate to overreact early, but it feels like a must-score drive with the momentum that Wantagh has in this first half.
I think it's important, right? The number, his third, Coach Zito's third key to the game was stay composed, right? You fall down, perhaps a spot they have not been in all year, right? With that 5-0 record, they were tested against Southside, right? 8-2 score. Really tested right now, right? 3 minutes to go in the first half.
Misdirection, handoff. Soliday looking to change things here. Runs one all the way to the 47-yard line. Huge first play for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, assistant Mike Whalen, right? The Galgano, right? Coach Zito, they're gonna love that. As alums, you stick to your guns. You stick to running the football with the wishbone. Give it to your best offensive player. Let him lead you to midfield.
They give it again, and this is going to be a big tackle for loss. Wantagh had the entire defensive line in on it.
Yeah, this one took a little bit too long to develop. Kind of a counter play. Stood up. Unbelievable job. Christophoridis was the first man in. A host of tacklers pursued. Way to get hats to the football if you're Wantagh. I think that was Schneider on the carry.
After the big run, they lose 3, and now 2nd and 13 comes up. Can they get another chunk play on the ground? It's Soliday. He'll get more than a chunk. He'll get the first. And right now it's starting to reveal itself. The hot hand is Chase Soliday, as it's been so many times this season.
Just boom, right? He's shot out of a cannon. Good blocking. He's at least getting to the line untouched, allowing him to get up to top speed. Super impressive. Just energy carrying the football by number 9.
3 backs line up behind Mastrangelo. Handoff up the middle. Flag on the defensive side of things. We'll see if it goes against Wantagh, but either way, it was a 6-yard rush. It's going to be holding on the offense. So the flag was thrown from that second level of the defense, but it was thrown to the ground in the offensive backfield, which indicates that we did see some holding there. That'll back up a nice play.
Yeah, Soliday was tackled by Passione there, but a flag. The holding was just a killer, right? Backing it up. Close to a
minute 43 left to play. It's first down and 20 now. Handoff to the right side is going to get a few of those yards back. On the carry with Soliday.
Yeah, good job, Fortifer and some of the guys on the outside, setting the edge, not allowing for Soliday to get there and turn the corner, especially on a first down and 20. You're okay with a couple yard gains. You just don't want him to rip off a big gainer.
Trailing by 15, under a minute and a half to go now.
It's almost like for the Wantagh defense, just don't penalize yourselves.
There's Soliday up the right side. Good rush, gets back to the original line of scrimmage, but he couldn't get out of bounds, so the clock will run. Now 60 seconds to go in this first half. Handoff left side, no gain.
Yeah, he's been as good as it gets. Nicholson, pick 6. Some trickery on the offensive side and just stout run defense there by Joe Nicholson.
We'll take a quick break as Coach Sachs decides to take a timeout with 48 seconds to play. We'll have their offensive drive and the punt right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Championships. To live stream fall, winter, and spring championship events, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Now accessible on smart TVs. Varsity Media is your home for the Nassau County Championships.
Back live from Wantagh inside the final minute of the first half. 21-6 is the score. The Warriors are on top. And Brian, what do you think here for Coach Zito? Do you risk going for it and giving Wantagh a decent field position, or are you going to try to put this deep?
I think you got to go for it. I think you give it to Soliday, right? You give it to, you try to get him to the outside.
Take a look at the Section 8 football standings here. Bethpage sits in 3rd. Wantagh sits in 6th. Bethpage, one of 2 undefeated teams. They're hoping to keep that going tonight, but currently trailing. Here's a drop back. The throw is almost intercepted again, but an incompletion. With 44 seconds left, the Warriors will get the ball back.
Yeah, Nicholson wanted another interception there. This Wantagh team's been pretty good this year intercepting the ball, right? Luke Martini had 3 coming in. Nice job. They kind of blanket that route. Both Luke Martini and Joe Nicholson, your usual suspects around the football.
Martini and Nicholson have accounted for all 3 touchdowns today, 2 of them for Martini on the offensive side. And Nicholson, who plays both ways, was able to bring an interception back for a touchdown. So we'll see how aggressive Wantagh is here with 44 seconds to go. They'll hand it off for maybe 2 yards to Nicholson. Coach Sachs will use his second timeout. Take a quick break here on the timeout. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few seconds here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network. Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is 75,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
2nd and 8 is the situation from Wantagh from their own 44-yard line. 35 seconds to go in this first half. Coach Sachs just burned his second timeout. Drop back, pump fake to the left side. Now rolling out left, looking to throw, does, and connects to the sideline. It's complete. Good job improvising by Carter Loftman.
Yeah, he's a left-hander, right? Rolls out. Looks like he wanted maybe a quick screen. Good job kind of rolling the pocket here. Well blocked. Finds Matt Giacobello on the sideline. Another senior lacrosse player as well. A lot of chemistry for these players. You see him peel back to help Nicholson. Important first down, right? That was a nice tackle by Marisi on that first down. And now a good completion. Wantagh's in business.
Wantagh is looking to continue moving it here. 25 seconds to go. First downs will stop the clock to move the chains. Loftman drops back again, looks left. Set up a screen right side. Martini cuts it in. Makes another great move. Martini still going down to the 17-yard line. Then Coach Sachs fires off his final timeout with 14 seconds to go.
23, looking like a little Christian McCaffrey on the outside. Kind of fake a screen out one way, go to probably a check down there as well. Just when the kid gets a ball in his hand, he's electric. Some of the Bethpage defenders going for a ride. In space, an absolute nightmare for any defense.
And that was Joseph Traversa on his back for about 10 yards there. Traversa is no slouch. A great two-way player for Bethpage, plays tight end, a really physical athlete. And that just goes to show you what Luke Martini's able to do now.
Yeah, Traversa was great in the A2 Southside win, 7 tackles in that game. He's also the goaltender for the lacrosse team. Got to get a stop if you're Bethpage.
The Wantagh offense comes back out onto the field. 14 seconds to go. You wonder how they play this.
Yeah, the line's done great, right? Holding their blocks. Krista Fortis, Fordoffer, Ryan Martone, Vincenzo Filone, Shayna D. Right, they've done a great job limiting any pressure. Look, Nicholson has a ton of time, allowing for receivers to come back for the ball.
Loftman skipped that one. It was intended for Devin Passione. 8 seconds to go. I always hate to try and go inside the mind of a quarterback, but you wonder if he just threw that one short on purpose there under pressure. You don't want to run the clock out, throwing one short of the sticks. Either way, it brings up 2nd and 10 from the 18-yard line. 8 seconds to go. Maybe you can get 2 more plays. They're actually look like they're setting up for a field goal here. They are. So out there to kick right now for Wantagh. This is a big one. It's a fake. Martini has it. Looking to throw. Sends one towards the back of the end zone, and it is caught for the touchdown. Luke Martini is unbelievable. Michael Amonio in the back of the end zone pulled it in, and Wantagh will head into the break up 27-6.
Absolute pandemonium on the sideline. The coaching staff's high-fiving. Well, give Luke Martini a high five. This kid extends the play. Play is never dead. Throws it up for grabs. What a great catch by Amadeo. Let's see if they really kick this one.
High snap. Brendan Wood puts it up and through. 28-6 is the score. Wantagh ends it with some fireworks as they go into the break on senior night.
Yeah, oh, they flip it. He looks to run it, absolutely sniffed out. Soliday rolls out to his left, throws it to the back of the end zone, throws it right, the only spot where Amadeo can catch it. 55, Jack Poppy's beside himself. What a first half by the Warriors. Trick plays, pick sixes, it don't matter. Wantagh's rolling.
Wantagh with a statement first half. When we come back, we'll have the second half of action between the Warriors and Golden Eagles on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
What's up, this is Sean Lights Out Merriman, former Charger and Bill, and you're watching Varsity Media.
Help keep Varsity Media's broadcasts free on YouTube by considering an advertising sponsorship. Our coverage of local games helps local businesses get visibility in the community. To learn more about our sponsorship packages and rates, email Ben at varsitymedia.net. You've seen the dedication, the long hours, the early mornings, the sacrifice. You know your athlete has what it takes, but how do you make sure the right people see it? The recruiting process isn't easy. Coaches are flooded with highlights, but how do you stand out in the crowd? At Varsity Media, we specialize in creating game-changing ISO videos, high-definition, athlete-focused footage that highlights exactly what college recruiters want to see. With our up-close ISO video, we capture your athlete's key moments. No more wide angles showing other players. This is just your athlete's pure, raw talent. This is more than a video. This is the opportunity your athlete deserves. Give your athlete the edge they need. Make the right impression with Varsity Media's ISO video service. The future starts now.
Hey parents, coaches, and players. Ever wonder what makes Varsity Media stand out as the tri-state leader in sports live streaming and videography?
If you're looking to optimize your sporting event, look no further than Varsity Media's coverage. Since working with them over the course of the past 4 years through the Elite 5 New York City Football Showcase, their coverage has helped take us to the top.
Varsity Media does an unbelievable job in terms of the broadcast, backgrounds on kids, do a great job of exposure from top to bottom. I couldn't really say anything negative. It's been a great couple of years that we've been working together, and it's just fantastic.
Well, I'll tell you, the fact that you guys are here has helped grow it, really. I mean, Varsity Media's been a good partner with us now for the last couple of years. That brings this game to a much broader audience.
The level of detail and that you go to, I mean, obviously the announcers, the camera angles, the slow motions, I mean, you feel like it's being covered by, ESPN.
If you'd like to book with Varsity Media, reach out at 516-403-2050 or email Ben at varsitymedia.net. For the latest news in high school sports, be sure to check out varsitymedia.net or follow us on social media at Varsity Media.
Now is a great time to book a sportscast with Varsity Media. What sets our sportscast apart isn't just the quality of our production, it's the knowledge, passion, and professionalism that our announcers bring to every game.
It's Merrill. Oh, look at a fake by Merrill. There's the spin again. Gary Merrill is not human. Touchdown, St. Anthony. Profeta. Garden City.
Our commentators research athletes and highlight storylines that matter to your communities. Our approach creates a broadcast experience that not only informs, but elevates the athletes, giving the kind of recognition usually reserved for professional levels. Varsity Media's announcers make sure that every athlete has their moment. So book a Varsity Media Sportscast today, and let's get your team the recognition it deserves.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Championships. To live stream fall, winter, and spring championship events, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Now accessible on smart TVs. Varsity Media is your home for the Nassau County Championships.
Now's your chance to score a touchdown with Varsity Media's ISO video. Video footage that focuses on your athlete only. Perfect for recruiting reels. Spots are limited, so reach out today. Email jeff@varsitymedia.net to book your next ISO video with Varsity Media. Parents, your support means everything to your athletes and to us at Varsity Media. To help us continue bringing you the best YouTube coverage of high school sports on Long Island, we invite business owners to consider a sponsorship on our broadcasts. If you own a business, consider a sponsorship for your athlete's team. It's a great way to show support, gain visibility, and keep the coverage going strong. Join us in making a difference. Contact Varsity Media today to learn more about broadcast sponsorship opportunities by emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
For all the latest Varsity Media updates, including our game schedules, be sure to follow us on social media at Varsity Media, the home for New York high school sports. Hey parents, coaches, and players, ever wonder what makes Varsity Media stand out as the tri-state leader in sports live streaming and videography?
Well, I've been working with Varsity Media for, 14 years. When we have video needs, whether that be a game, whether that be a practice, whether it be social media, it's nice to know that somebody understands what we're looking for without asking for it.
We started working with Varsity Media back in 2021, and since then they've been an absolute game changer, putting our event on the map. Varsity Media couldn't be a better partner, and if you're looking to optimize your event, I couldn't recommend them anymore.
It's been great for us. You know, the kids really get excited when they know that Varsity Media is going to be here. Not just what's happening on the football field, but all the excitement that's around it. It really boosts the environment here, and everybody gets really excited for what's going on.
Varsity Media is reliable, professional, and their quality work is fantastic. It's like watching ESPN. The announcers are unreal, really do a great job of speaking to the coaches to get the knowledge of the players, the season, what's going on with the team. There is nothing better than Varsity Media doing a live broadcast.
If you'd like to book with Varsity Media, reach out at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is 75,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
What's up, this?
Back live from Wantagh High School, 28-6, the score over the undefeated Bethpage Golden Eagles. We appreciate you joining us on the Varsity Media Sports Network. With you this evening, I'm Kevin Bunk, joined by Brian Soper. And Brian, talk about creativity at Wantagh through the years. First half had maybe every creative play in the playbook pulled out, including that last fake field goal.
Yeah, fake field goals, right? You had a little hook and ladder. You had a pick six. I know one thing, right? A lot of the coaches in Nassau County are getting sick and tired of the Martini name being in the backfield, whether it's brothers Luke and Dylan, right, or cousins, right? Forget about it, right? Unbelievable half. Martini, Luke Martini picking up right where his brother left off, winning the Thorpe Award last year. Just a lot of offensive weapons and defensive plays made by Wantagh in the first half.
Coach Sachs told me earlier in the week that when it comes to the key players we highlighted, Luke Martini and Joe Nicholson, he said, you come into this season and you say, okay, Joe Nick is our workhorse. This is the guy that's going to get the ball all day. And then you realize pretty early on, Martini is a great back, and Nicholson is one of the best defenders in Nassau County. So we just want to focus on his time there, give him a little bit out of the backfield offensively, of course. And Nicholson had the pick six. So these two guys have just led the way for Wantagh all year in an unbelievable first half.
Yeah, just an unbelievable career. We're here at senior night. You know, I'm sure for Nicholson, it's, you know, maybe not on his bucket list, but, you know, pick six in front of the home crowd on senior night, that's a nice thing to have and to remember forever. But, you know, the names are the same, right? The names are the same. Doesn't matter what the sport is, and they just get it done. But, yeah, you know, good response. Two losses in a row. Definitely not what Wantagh is used to, but they did a good job responding in the first half. Now they just got to finish it.
Take a look at the scoring from that first half. Martini was the guy you'll see in this highlight tape the most, but a lot of really good offense in this game and the one big defensive play.
Yeah, Soliday walks in, the LIU lacrosse commit. Martini again getting to the outside. Some great blocking on that play. There we get a pick six to the house, pointing. Got to feel good. You know, then we had that ridiculous play at the end, right, where we had, you know, Amadeo, the junior, catching the ball from the sophomore, Luke Martini, off of the fake field goal.
Take a quick break here. When we come back, second half action between Wantagh and Bethpage on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Now's your chance to score a touchdown with Varsity Media's ISO video. Video footage that focuses on your athlete only. Perfect for recruiting reels. Spots are limited, so reach out today. Email jeff@varsitymedia.net to book your next ISO video with Varsity Media.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Championships. To live stream fall, winter, and spring championship events, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Now accessible on smart TVs. Varsity Media is your home for the Nassau County Championships. Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is 75,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Back live from Wantagh High School, 28-6 is the score. Warriors on top of the Golden Eagles. We're just a few moments away from second half kickoff on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Let's take a look at the Nassau County playoffs. This is your home for the 2025 Section 8 playoffs. Go to varsitymediapass.com to order. Again, that's varsitymediapass.com to order all season long in playoff time. Both of these teams will be, as always, playing postseason ball here in Nassau County. For Wantagh, they've lost their last two, which is very unusual in the 33-year tenure for Keith Sachs. But they're looking to make a statement tonight. This game far from over, 24 minutes left to play. But they've dominated. Brian, for Bethpage, how do you get back into this game now? You're giving the ball away to start this half. Tall task.
I think they're gonna stick to what they do, right? They're gonna run the football, right? Obviously, try to get momentum on offense, but you're gonna need to get some turnovers, from Wantagh to claw yourself back in it. Maybe look for some trick plays on their own, like come out with an onside kick or something. Try to swing the momentum, but they're 5-0. I don't think they're gonna freak out, right? In terms of yes, you want to win this game, but you want to look better, right? You want to clean things up. I think if you're Coach Zito and staff, limit the shooting yourself in the foot with motion and some penalties. Really play a clean second half and then see where you lie at the end of the whistle.
So a fresh 12 minutes on the clock right now. The Golden Eagles sit at 5-0, but trailing by 22 points. They scored a lone touchdown in that first half, courtesy of their great running back. And after the Saladay score, they had their extra point blocked. They'll kick off here. It'll be fielded for Wantagh at about the 10-yard line. Nicholson takes it out. Nicholson threw a few tacklers down at the 36-yard line. And that is how the second half will begin for the Warriors.
Yeah, special team tackle by Anthony Signoriello, a junior. Nice job by him. To see 28 points up there by Wantagh, and now they get the ball. Bethpage has only given up 39 points the entire season coming into tonight.
The scoring for Wantagh in that first half, once again, you had two rushing touchdowns for Luke Martini. He also threw one. You had the pick six from Joe Nicholson. And on the reception, on the passing touchdown from Martini, was Michael Amodio on the fake field goal to end the half. It'll be a pitch left side to Nicholson. He has room to run, takes it for about 8 yards on first down.
Yeah, Vincenzo Falone on the outside, makes a nice block on the edge. That line's done a great job, right? Again, Christofortis, Forthofer, Martone, Falone, Shane D, 75. Done a good job, as well as some of their blocking on the edge with Jacobello. You don't spring big runs unless your receivers are blocking and backs are blocking as well.
Second down and short now for Wantagh. Hand off to the fullback, Martini. Got to the line of scrimmage. Will they give him enough for the first? I think that he got there.
Marisi was in on the tackle. Somebody's with a one-arm stoppage, allowed to stop the momentum. Yeah, you see the one arm, they had one-arm grab. That was Marisi. Soliday comes in and cleans it up. He's done a lot of that this year at the linebacker position, coming up. Safety spot.
First down and 10 now for Wantagh from the 47-yard line in their own side of the field.
Yeah, Soliday's back there playing safety.
Drop back throw right side. It's Martini on the screen reception. He'll take it across midfield to the 43-yard line. It'll be another first down.
It's like an extended handoff, right? You throw it out, pretty safe completion for Loftman. Get Martini in space. First down, Wantagh.
The simplest thing you can do as an offensive play caller when you have great running backs like this and a couple great players overall on offense, just put the ball in their hands any way you can and try a couple different ways, but keep it simple. And that's right there. You're just giving it to your best player. Martini's been so hot tonight and all season long. Easy first down. That's going to be a flag. False start. The snap was a second late. The offensive line for Wantagh had a great showing in that first half. From left to right at tackle, Thomas Christopheritis. Left guard, Pat Forthofer. The center, Ryan Martone. Right guard, Vincenzo Falone. And the right tackle, Shane Adi.
Yeah, that's a group that's, started the season, kind of a newish group, really starting to, gel a bit together, especially tonight. They've looked real good.
This Wantagh team returned 2 starters from their championship squad last year. So definitely a difficult time trying to get everybody acclimated. Here's a nice rush from Joe Nicholson, who was one of those starters. Again, it is senior night here. Some of the great seniors on this team. Nicholson, one of them. Also, the quarterback is Carter Loftman. You have Devin Passione, who had a huge catch on a big third down in that first half. Matt Giacobello, who's going to be on defense, gets a little special teams work in as well. And then, of course, Shane Adi, who's over at right tackle at senior. Those are just a few of many on this Warriors team. We'll highlight the rest throughout the night. There's a pitch left side. Martini fighting to try and get anything, but it's only going to go for a yard or two.
Yeah, good job. All right, Christopher Wendling didn't make the tackle, but stopped the momentum of Martini. Nice job by him coming in there, making a play.
This is a huge 3rd and 12 right now for Bethpage, who trails by 22 points in this game. You have to get this Wantagh offense off the field. They haven't been able to tonight.
The hardest thing is to try to predict what's coming, right? You're going to hand it off, keep it with your guys. If you're going to go for it on 4th down, you get 7 or 8 yards on the run. It puts you in a good position. We've seen some passing rollouts, right, for Passione, and maybe there's a trick play up the sleeve.
You wonder if the general idea here probably is just let's get ourselves to 4-down territory. Hoffman drops back, rolls right. The left-hander looking for somewhere to throw. Airs it out downfield, has his man, Passione, with the reception. And how about Passione on 3rd and long tonight? Unstoppable.
Like I said, that's a lot of time in the neighborhood together. Both seniors. Rolls out. They kind of tell you, right, don't throw it across the field when you're rolling out, especially to your right as a left-hander. But Passione does everything to come back for the ball. He's wide open. You see that speed. Nice tackle by Farrell in the open field, but that's enough for a 14-yard completion for a 1st down.
Devin Passione comes up big again, known at Wantagh for what he can do on the lacrosse field, but certainly making a name for himself tonight on senior night on the football field for the Warriors. It'll set up a fresh set of downs for Wantagh, who have a 22-point lead, and now marching into Bethpage territory once again. End around. Passione has it. Never really had anywhere to go. Wanted to take it outside. Had to cut it back up the middle and get a yard.
Yeah, Schneider, Marisi, a host of Eagles, stout on that run. You see, again, the multiple ways that they use Passione, both catching the ball and running the ball.
7:20 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
Need a turnover, right? You need the Eagles. You got to punch that ball out. You got to somehow get that ball on the turf, flip the momentum of this game. Just a methodical drive by the Warriors coming out of halftime.
Wantagh sets up for 2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard gain on the rush for Passione. Loftman under center. Looks left. Fires incomplete.
Yeah, looking for Giacobello. One of the rare just straight drop back passes by Loftman. We've seen him roll to his right, roll to his left. That one falls incomplete. Giacobello comes into this game with 3 catches on the year for 14 yards. We've seen his ability to block in the open field to set up some of these runs by Martini and Nicholson.
It'll be 3rd down and 8 here. You wonder if Coach Sachs just says, find Passione. He's been the king on 3rd and long tonight. 2 big conversions, including one on this drive on 3rd and 11 for a 13-yard gain. Passione lines up in the near side slot. 2 backs in the backfield. Now motioning out is Martini, setting up a screen. Martini comes back, makes the play, but 3 Golden Eagles were there to halt it. And now, decision time for Coach Sachs. You'd expect they go for it.
Yeah, you see Joey Traversa, senior, 6'1", 175. Again, the goalie on the lacrosse team. Had a great year last year for them, 151 saves, season high 17 versus Garden City. And he's been a great tackler for them from his outside linebacker position. You know, it's kind of like you see him going out. You're like, you know, you kind of knew Martini was getting the ball, but the hardest part about it is getting them on the ground. And Traversa did just that.
Loftman will be under center here on 4th and 8 from the 32-yard line. Fakes the handoff, looking downfield, throwing for the end zone, has his man incomplete. A great late recovery to break it up, saving a touchdown and getting this Wantagh offense off the field. James LePetri there for the Golden Eagles. For a moment, looked like a touchdown.
Yeah, looked like a touchdown. Also looked like maybe an interception, right? LePetri has 3 interceptions on the year. He hunts the ball. Oh, great job getting that hand in there. It was completed. Again, Amadio's been like this guy open in the end zone. Nice job. LePetri going to Malloy to play lacrosse. 19 career goals. Nice deflection there.
Now's the opportunity for Bethpage to try and cut this game in half. They can score and get 2 to make it 28-14, but this handoff to the left side is going to go for about a yard.
Yeah, they've been stout, right? Forthover's been the leader of this defense, the junior, not giving up that edge. Bethpage has had more success running that ball up the middle, up the gut.
Credit to Jim Morrow and John Jansen, the defensive coaches on Keith Sachs' staff. Sachs will run the offense. He told me he trusts these 2 with the defense. Here's a nice run, but a flag down. Soliday takes it to the 47-yard line. If it stands, it's a first down.
Yeah, you had some good blocks, right? Poppy, Servo.
So the whistle will back up Bethpage. Just a tough break for them on the about 16-yard rush. You have to bring it all the way back, do it again, and now lose 10 yards on the hold.
Yeah, it looked like a hold in the interior of the line there. Unfortunate for Bethpage. That was a big gainer.
We've seen penalties hurt this team on their opening drive. 2 false starts backed them up from 4th and short to 4th and 13, where they ended up throwing an incompletion. And since then, it's been mostly a downhill slope as this Wantagh team has just come out with something to prove at home, packed house.
Yeah, some nice performances at halftime. Had the color guard, cheerleaders, recognizing their seniors as well. Cheerleading squad.
Great pregame ceremonies for all the seniors, too, a part of all of the groups here. Soliday takes it to the right. Great job wrapping him up and bringing him down for Wantagh. It's a tackle for loss. Patrick Forthofer.
Yeah, get used to that, right? They might guard each other in a lacrosse game in the spring. About the only thing that's been stopping Soliday so far as he's been able to get to the second level. Nice job by the tackling machine, 54. Not a senior, right, but such a valuable junior on this team. Third and long.
3rd and 19 now, trailing by 22 points. under 4 minutes to play in this third quarter. They'll be forced into a passing situation here. Mastrangelo drops back, airs it out. Incompletion. Bethpage wants a flag. There was definitely contact. The intended receiver was Joe Traversa.
Yeah, Luke Gonsowski in on the coverage. You know, there's a little bump coming up. You see it here. Ball is well overthrown there. You know, we have to mention, right, we didn't have his number up here in the booth, but number 40, Tyler Owens, right, just a sophomore. He had a great first half, at least 3 tackles on the outside.
Also had the great breakup on the opening drive that forced Bethpage off the field. Punt team out here now for the Golden Eagles. This one will travel past midfield, take a bounce, and sit at the 38-yard line. That's where Wantagh will set up, and a late flag on the play is going to go against the Warriors.
Yeah, it looked like Nicholson and special teams. That was Jake McCaffrey, right, for Bethpage. Took a tumble, perhaps a block in the back.
That'll back it up further, so it ends up being a pretty nice punt. As field position for Wantagh isn't great, but certainly nothing they haven't dealt with today. They have a 22-point lead, and it feels like they can really put a dagger in on this drive if they can find the end zone for a 5th time today.
Yeah, I think the Nicholson pick 6 was a big turning point in the first half, a defensive play. That's what Bethpage needs, right? They need to get a turnover. Well, they would love a pick 6 or a scoop and score, but you got to somehow get this turnover, maybe give yourself a short field, punch one in quick, and then you never know what could happen.
And right now for this Bethpage defense, you're out there at a point in this game where this Wantagh crowd is quieted down. It's after the half. It's been a little bit of a chew clock third quarter so far. Wantagh ends up not scoring, Bethpage the same. And you have a chance to flip some momentum here, down 22 points. We'll see if they can do it. The Golden Eagles 5-0 this year.
Yeah, Schneider's been a guy. He had 2 sacks versus Southside. Look for him to maybe get some pressure.
Loftman hands it off. It's immediately blown up. How about the timing? What a job by Jack Poppy.
Seniors step up. We highlighted him in the beginning. He's their go-to guy. Coach Zito knows it. He's the captain of this defense. When you need a play, Poppy steps up. Going to have to, like, stack those type of plays, right? You get one, you got to get another one. We've seen Wantagh, every time they get stopped, they get a 3rd and long, they're able to find the sticks for a first down.
Second down and 12 now. Let's see how Wantagh follows up the negative play. They haven't had many today. Loftman under center.
Really wide splits by the offensive line.
Play action, throw down field is caught. Good tackle made at the 30-yard line. And so the reception will be with Matt Giacobello.
Yeah, kind of like an out route turns into a curl route as he comes back to the ball. Giacobello really sure-handed. 20 goals, lefty finisher on the lacrosse team. You see his silky mitts there with a nice catch on the sideline. Really been working that sideline for the Wantagh receivers.
Approaching 2 minutes to play in the third now. It's a big 3rd down and 4 for the Warriors, who want to keep this ball away from Bethpage and continue to chew the clock with this 3-score lead.
Yeah, Martini's been the guy. He's been the 3rd down guy. They put it in his hands a lot.
Nicholson's in the slot on the near side. Throw left is batted down at the line of scrimmage. Hands up from Matthew Brady, knocks it down. It'll bring up 4th.
Yeah, nice job, both Brady and Poppy on that right side, making plays this drive. Again, they show punt, but if you're Bethpage, you're in safe mode. Looks like Soliday's back deep for the Eagles.
This is an actual punt, so an exhale for Bethpage. Soliday is going to play it off the bounce, has a little bit of room, spins back, and now going backwards will end up with 5 Wantagh tacklers on top of him, and he's down at the 30. That's where Bethpage will start this drive, and it is a crucial one.
Yeah, nice job by the special teams of Wantagh staying in their lanes, giving Soliday. He tried the reverse field there to no avail. Nice job. Looked like Luke Gonkowski, a couple other guys down there for the Wantagh specials.
Bethpage takes the field again, trailing by 22. Their undefeated season on the line, sitting at 5-0 entering play. Wantagh had some desperation set in, I think, during this week, losing 2 straight. Very dangerous team to play, and the score is more of a reflection of how Wantagh has come out rather than Bethpage not doing things that have usually worked for them. It's just Wantagh's night so far. Handoff to Soliday. He's going to bounce it to the outside and get about 6 yards.
Yeah, nice job. Been trying to get to that edge on the outside a couple times. Nice job by the line. Servo, Danuzzo, Poppy leading the way. Marisi as well with some lead blocking. You know, Solly's ripped off some big yards, right? He's probably pretty close. 100 yards rushing in every game this season, looking for that streak to continue.
Handoff Soliday again, cuts it in. This is a good chunk, gets him a first down and just short of midfield.
Yeah, Soliday just super impressive.
Running behind a good 5 guys here. Matthew Brady, Jack Poppy, Joseph Danuzzo, Benjamin Servo, and Sam Fornelius.
Yeah, you don't get 100 yards every single game of the season without an offensive line that's eaten.
An option play kept up the middle, but Wantagh shuts it down. That ball was taken by Lewis Schneider.
Yeah, I was doing some research. You know who Bethpage's first win ever was as a program way back in 1954?
Who?
Wantagh.
Wow. What a night here.
Coach votes.
Let's see if they can grab another one here now. When we come back, 4th quarter action, due up, 28-6 is the score. Bethpage trailing, but they have the ball, looking to score here and try and cut this thing in half. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network. Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is 75,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Quarter action here on the slate. We appreciate you sticking with us throughout the evening on the Varsity Media Sports Network. The final 12 minutes will go up on the clock. That's what we're waiting for here. And it's up there now. Game time. Bethpage really needs a score here. 2nd and 10 from midfield. Bad snap, but a whistle. They've gone to just pure Wildcat from that wishbone offense with Mastrangelo at quarterback. They've now gone to Lewis Schneider in there. Just trying to change things up.
No doubt, right? This is a highly anticipated game. Like you said, Bethpage comes in 5-0. Wantagh, a little bit of an adjustment, right? Getting used to a new conference, right? Going from Class 4 to Class 3 here. A little bit of an adjustment period, but Coach Sachs has the boys ready tonight.
2nd down and 15 now after a false start. Schneider's just going to take it off the direct snap. And he's taken down by a group of Wantagh defenders. And for Bethpage, they're still just struggling to find ways to break through.
Yeah, again, Luke Martini kind of doing it all. The Martinis, not only do they run the ball, right, they play some defense too, right? Last year, right, Dylan on his way to the Thorpe had 4 interceptions, 2 pick sixes, and Luke takes pride in his defense as well as his offense.
There's a huge run for Bethpage. Snyder gets tripped up and taken down at the 29. He had daylight, but it's a big run on 3rd down to give them some life.
Yeah, a little change up, right? Giving Schneider the ball, allowing him, why waste time with a handoff? Give it right to Schneider. He's smelling the end zone there. Perhaps the turf monster got him. Gets through the line. Again, they've had real success. Nice job by Soliday blocking. Just kind of runs out of his shoes, right? Running a little bit too fast.
There's another rush right side. It gets him about 6.
Yeah, Nicholson in on the tackle. See Bethpage speeding up their pace, knowing they have to score quick and in bunches.
Schneider takes it again right off the snap. It'll get a 1st down.
Yeah, Passione in there on the tackle. Schneider only a junior, right? 6 foot, 185, great size, good quicks. Plays with a long pole in lacrosse.
Schneider low snap, grabs it, takes it again right up the middle for 3 yards.
Yeah, you see his physicality. He runs a little tall. He's looking for someone to pop. He found Joe Adamo there, who met him in the hole. Nice tackle for Joe, a junior.
Schneider gives this one to Soliday. He broke 1 tackle, and now 6 Wantagh tacklers are on him to stop his progress at the 10. That'll bring up 3rd down and about a yard. 9.5 minutes to play now in the final quarter.
Super positive drive by the Eagles. Would want nothing more than to capitalize and finish this drive with a touchdown.
Schneider to the left side now. He'll get the 1st, but short of the goal. He's down at the 4.
Yeah, you see the pulling guard there, Ben Servo. 1st and goal, Eagles.
Schneider, low snap, hit the ground, and he takes a shot from Martini.
Yeah, complete sellout on the run by Martini.
If you're an opposing coach, you need the entire Martini bloodline to move to a different town.
Yeah, it just seems to never end, and 23 is only a sophomore, so not going anywhere anytime soon. Just great kids, right? They're talking about service academies, West Point, Cousins, brother. They, when winning the Thorpe Award last year, yes, they were talking about football, but a lot of it was talking about his leadership and character. Dylan Martini and Luke following in his footsteps.
Handoff, Soliday gets tripped up, I think taken down by his own lineman. Poppy got backed into him. That's going to bring up 4th down. We'll get another look.
Yeah, good call. 55, Poppy, just unfortunate.
third down here, excuse me.
You see the wishbone here.
Give to Soliday, and he is in for his second touchdown of the game. And it's their first score since the opening quarter. Score now 28-12. You'd imagine a 2-point conversion is on deck.
Yeah, Soliday just runs it up the gut, won't be denied. He's just had a tremendous season. You know, Manhasset went for 141 and 2. Has 2 touchdowns here tonight. Dad Brian was a great lacrosse and football player for the Eagles. Went on to play at Syracuse. Good bloodlines, as you said, with the Martinis also on the Bethpage side.
So they're lining up to go for 2 here. Regardless, this is a 2-possession game. Handoff. Schneider gets wrapped up and taken down. Another huge play by this Wantagh defense. Up front, it's Thomas Christopheridis.
A senior making plays. Put that on your highlight film. Put it on the gram. Fire that thing up. Stuffs the 2-point play.
A textbook job by Christopheridis. Denies Bethpage, and now, as if it wasn't already hard enough and enough of an uphill climb, you have to get the 2-point conversion twice if you want to tie this game, along with the 2 touchdowns. Varsity Media is your home for the 2025 Section 8 playoffs. Go to varsitymediapass.com to order. Again, that's varsitymediapass.com to order.
Yeah, if it's anything like last year, the playoffs right at Hofstra, unbelievable. Tomorrow we have a rematch on Varsity Media, Farmingdale versus Massapequa. The Chiefs special play that won it last year for the Chiefs. Carey, what a great season they had. Hoping that the same thing, you're not going to want to miss it.
Varsity Media has a massive day of football tomorrow. Rivalry Saturday is what it's being called. You and Dylan Butler will be at Farmingdale, Massapequa. Maybe the best public school football rivalry you can find on the island. And then I'll be at Chaminade, where St. Anthony's Chaminade faces off. As great of a Catholic school rivalry as you can find. Big day here on Varsity Media tomorrow, 1 o'clock and 1:30. You do not want to miss it on YouTube. You can just type in youtube.com/Varsity Media, and you'll be right there.
Yeah, you like running backs? You like Division I talent at the running back? How about Josh Kama? Also, Theo Date from Farmingdale. Xavier Bala offers from Ohio State, Alabama. Chaminade played Iona Prep really tough.
And it never ends there for us. Fordham Prep and Holy Trinity on Sunday. That's a 1:30 game, and then back under the lights, or excuse me, on another Saturday afternoon game on the 25th, Lynbrook and Cold Spring Harbor. That's also on the YouTube, 2 p.m., youtube.com/Varsity Media. This is the best time of the year for these football seasons. Everybody ramping up for the playoffs, and the matchups are too good to miss. And you're right, the running backs tomorrow are must-see all over the board. Josh Kama, I remember seeing him for the first time playing lacrosse in the spring. That is just a tank. And you can't find many athletes like that at the high school level. He leads Farmingdale tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, 495 yards against Oceanside. It's not even video game numbers. It's just out of this world numbers, right, for him so far. You know, coming into the season, right, coming into this game, right, Martini, right, with his 10 touchdowns, right, he's tied with Falk. I think they're second in Nassau County of tie. But Kama sitting there with 18 touchdowns for Farmingdale. But Gargiulo and the boys, Vialta, Burns, Tarazi, right, they're going to look to try to stop him tomorrow.
With a 22-point lead, or excuse me, with a 16-point lead now, you get a change at quarterback for Wantagh. Max Avina, the junior, steps in, so being relieved of his duties. Carter Loftman on his senior night. Avina will get a look now.
Yeah, Loftman has been with the trainer for much of the second half. He's stretching out his calf, it looks like. So, you know, not to risk anything.
Handoff went to Nicholson. He took it past the sticks. And when that's the way you're moving the ball, why risk the quarterback injury?
Yeah, you're going to keep it pretty simple now. Heavy dose of Martini, Nicholson, maybe Passione on some of those sweeps. But good experience here for Avina. Not sure if he thought he'd get his number called tonight at the QB position, but like all the Wantagh players, always ready.
And we can see on the near sideline, you won't be able to see it, but we'll tell you, you do have Carter Loftman stretching out. He does seem to be doing all right. Nothing too concerning visually for us, jumping up and down, doing his stretches. So definitely seems like a precautionary move here.
I think he's saying, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play.
Pitch left side. Martini's going to take it around the outside, trying to cut it back in. He's bumped out of bounds at the 14-yard line. He's having a monster night.
Nicholson leads the way for Martini. Stop me if you heard that before. Sometimes it's vice versa. Martini leading the way for Nicholson. They know how to get it done. Just look at the finish. Making a business decision, tackling Luke Martini.
7 minutes to go.
Loftman's back in.
So after some stretching, Loftman's back in. Looked like just a bit of a cramping situation. Handoff Martini. Makes a cut up the middle. Gets to about the 7-yard line.
Yeah, again, Falone, nice job on the interior of that line. I think he's had a really good day, 78. Just a sophomore lineman.
(28-12) the score, 6.5 to go here in the final quarter. It's third down and 3, or second down and 3. Ball's on the 8-yard line. Loftman under center. Handoff Nicholson, left side. Nicholson breaks a tackle and gets in for his second score of the night. 1 on defense and now 1 on offense, and that is likely the dagger for the Warriors on Nicholson's senior night.
Yeah, you add that to his total. That's 9 total touchdowns for Nicholson this season, the Villanova lacrosse recruit. He had 3 TDs against Clark in a high-scoring affair, a little stiff arm. Passione was out there blocking for him. Have a night, senior night, Joe Nicholson. 85 career goals on the lacrosse field, tearing it up on the gridiron as well.
Now a 34-12 game, back out to kick another extra point. Brendan Wood looks to add another one. The lefty puts it up and in. 35-12 now the score with 6:10 to play.
Yeah, we saw him in on quarterback and a couple of good holds tonight by Max Avina. Has done a good job.
For Bethpage, you're now staring at the end of your 5-0 run. Back to the drawing board for this week. Still try to put some building block moments out there, though, in these final 6 minutes as you trail by 23.
Yeah, like you said, the line changed a bit coming into the season, maybe having a few growing pains, but the names Nicholson, Martini, Passione, Loftman, Forthhofer, they're still there. Jacobelli, a way to show up today for the guys in black.
And Coach Sachs said optimistically that they're just having trouble putting it all together, but it's there. You know, you're not looking at 3-2 and saying this is just not one of our usual Wantagh teams. You're looking at 3-2 saying we haven't been so far, but it's there. And tonight they put on an absolute clinic against potentially the best team in this league.
Yeah, I think for both teams it's a really good test. I think a lot of the crowd, the parents, were excited for this game. Newsday's here covering it because it was kind of one of those games, kind of a litmus test for both teams to see where they're at.
Kick got popped up. It's muffed and handled at the 20. That's where Bethpage will be down. Jumping on that ball and saving them from a potential turnover was Christian Edwards. And you had mentioned it earlier with the Warriors, but sometimes you need to just have that humbling game in a season where you know you're a great team, but you have to take that step back and acknowledge that there's some things you could be improving on. And part of Coach Pete Zito's keys to the game was stay composed. And he said to me, we have to stay composed as a 5-0 team too, because we can't get too crazy about where we're going to go. You have to focus on getting there first. Don't get too confident and on your high horse about being 5-0. And tonight's going to definitely, give them a good week of practice and reflection for a really good Bethpage team.
It's a big it's so far, even 5-0, right? It's big, right? There's a Bethpage program that is filled with pride. BK Sweeney's in a couple of places in town. They talk high school football, the legends that came before. It's been a while, right? 07, 08, all right, in terms of, county and Long Island championships. And, 5-0 has just got people paying attention again to the Eagles. Great job by Coach Zito.
Bethpage upcoming schedule, they wrap up the season with Mineola and Cary both at home. So a chance to finish strong here and go 7-1 potentially, including this loss tonight to Wantagh. Still 6 minutes left to play, but they get 2 home games to wrap this thing up. You have to still be optimistic about where this team can go. You can't let this game get you too far down.
And Cary's that top dog, right? That's the defending champ, right? They are firing on all cylinders. That's going to be a big test for the Eagles' last home game.
You have a chance to do to Cary what Wantagh has done to you tonight. Get them at your place and take down an undefeated squad. Potentially Cary will be. That pass incomplete, looking for Soliday. Estrangelo back into the game. Late on that last drive, the scoring drive for the Golden Eagles, but remains in now. Obviously, more passing situations here for Bethpage.
Yeah, junior, 5'10", 160.
Estrangelo drops back, rolls left, now sets his feet, airs one out deep downfield, and it's intercepted. The Warriors force their second turnover of the game. This time, it's Luke Gonsowski.
Yeah, Gonsowski's had a couple of breakups. He's had some plays in special teams. Shows off his hands, his ball skills there. Second interception by the Warrior defense.
Second senior-led interception, too. Nicholson and Gonsowski with the turnovers.
Yeah, been impressed with Wantagh's coverage. Even though, you're not expecting pass, right? The one pass play to Soliday for a big play, but all the other passes have been either knocked down or fallen incomplete.
Wantagh now will likely just be looking to run as much clock as they can on the road to victory. Handoff to Nicholson. He makes a few cuts, breaks a tackle, gets to the 49-yard line.
That ability, both him and Martini have it, to make that first man miss. Almost comes in unblocked. Makes the first guy miss, makes something out of nothing.
5 touchdowns tonight for Wantagh. 3 of them courtesy of Luke Martini. 2 on the ground, 1 passing. That was to Mike Amodio just before the end of the half. Joe Nicholson has ran in 1 offensively. He had the pick 6, which was really, when you look back at it now, the play of this game that just put Wantagh in the driver's seat.
Yeah, and running known for running their wishbone, going way back, right? Only a couple of bad things can happen if you throw the ball. I just think that it was a demoralizing play for the Bethpage offense and a big momentum boost for the Wantagh defense.
Martini makes a man miss in the backfield and ends up picking up a good chunk there for the first down.
Yeah, he's hobbling a little bit.
staying out there, though, just gave the thumbs up to the coaching staff. First down now and 10, under 5 minutes to play. Clock stopped as Martini ended up out of bounds. Loftman under center. Martini motions. Handoff Nicholson. Made a man miss, stiff-armed, and got taken down from behind at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, big hit. Schneider meets Nicholson. Two big-time athletes. Heard that one from up here.
Under 4.5 to play now on a 23-point lead for the Warriors at home on senior night.
Yeah, Wantagh's did a good job, right? Their own time of possession. They've really churned up clocks, and most of their drives have led it to points.
Handoff, Nicholson gets taken down at the line of scrimmage. Run through the seniors quick here. Devin Passione, who had a terrific game. You have Matthew Giacobello, who also made some impact on tonight's game. Luke Gonsowski just had the big interception. Carter Loftman, the quarterback, has done a great job. Joseph Nicholson, who has been both ways a superstar. Tristan Tillotson, Matt Moran, Azen Smith, Connor Smith, Ryan Martone, Antonio D'Amato. Then we go to Sam Evans, Thomas Christophoritis, Jake Rutkowski, and lastly, Shane Adi. Certainly not least, though. He's done a great job on the line, and it's a good group of seniors, a lot of them who have won a championship and come back this year. First-year players because of how talented this Wantagh team is. But Coach Sachs couldn't speak more highly of the senior class they have.
Schneider again in on tackle. That kid's not going to quit. Playing to the final whistle.
4th down and 2 now at the 35-yard line. Wantagh has a chance to just put the game away here. Loftman heads back out.
Yeah, it's Wantagh team, right? They were Class 4 last year, won 11-1. Only loss was to Plain Edge, right? They got to, avenge that loss in the playoffs. Just a great season, looking to do some damage in the playoffs in Conference 3 now.
Loftman under center, hands it off right side. Nicholson tries to take it to the outside, has to spin it back around. Can he get there? He makes a man miss and ends up out of bounds.
Yeah, Traversa was on the outside, had Nicholson change courses.
So it is a fresh set.
Yeah, see Traversa. Nicholson reverses field. Soliday's on the chase. Finally run out of bounds by Marisi.
2:02 to play here as Nicholson ended up out of bounds. 35-12 the score. Huge win in just a career for Keith Sachs that has been filled with huge wins over 33 years. He picks up another at home.
Football, baseball.
That's going to be a tackle for loss. Devin Passione with another touch in this game. It'll take us under 2 minutes.
Yeah, Anthony Signorello, another second tackle on the game. First one was on specials. Nice job by him coming up and tackling the shifty Passione.
Full team effort tonight for Wantagh as the clock continues to tick down. We're at 90 seconds to play. This team's been looking to find their groove in a year where, once again, they only returned 2 starters. That's such a challenging thing for a high school football team to be able to return to their status after that kind of turnover and graduation rate. but they may have found their groove tonight.
Complete team effort. Did it on offense, did it on defense. Specials were good. A couple of kickoffs right into the corner. Led to some bad field position for Bethpage.
A minute to go now. Hand off to Martini. Has some room to run. And he's caught from behind and finally stopped at the 15-yard line.
It's only fitting that, maybe our last carry of the game, give it to your guy, Luke Martini. Had a special night for him. Poor coaches have to deal with him for 2 more years. Not senior night for him.
And that'll put things on ice here as we're under 40 seconds. Now 30 seconds left to play. Loftman gets it, takes a knee, and Wantagh picks up a massive win, knocking off undefeated Bethpage, who entered today 5-0. Wantagh will move to 4-2 and end their 2-game skid. Huge win, and you see Coach Sachs giving a big hug to his quarterback and receiver.
Yeah, it's got to feel good. You packed the house. You had a full house here tonight. Band was playing, senior night. Way to respond if you're Wantagh. Some good sportsmanship there by both sides at the end of the game.
Final score here, 35-12, and for Wantagh, the second they ran out today, you knew this was going to be a big night. They came out firing from the start. The energy, everything on this senior night was absolutely on point for the Warriors.
Yeah, you see the senior parents. It takes the community. Soliday in for the touchdown. House call by Nicholson, pick 6. Again, Soliday will not be denied. It's a great senior season for him so far. Nicholson, second interception for the game. Another senior, Gonkowski. Perfect script if you're Coach Sachs.
Absolutely. What a night here from Wantagh. Bethpage and Wantagh wrap things up with a big win for the Warriors. We thank you for joining us tonight on the Varsity Media Sports Network. I'd like to thank our team as we head out here, our executive producer, Ben Turchin, technical director, Becca Kazaks, for myself, Kevin Bunk, and my partner, Brian Soper, our camera operators, Tony Damaso and Ron Pierre. We thank you for joining us, and we will see you tomorrow on Rivalry Saturday on the Varsity Media Sports Network.